Hey there, curious minds. Our world is certainly a complex place, filled with a wide array of opinions and cultural contexts. But did you know that this diversity also extends to the realm of lawmaking? From clothing to food and even music, different regions have their unique set of laws, some of which are downright bizarre and puzzling. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the 10 weirdest laws from all over the world, attempting to unravel their origins and implications. If you don't want to miss out on more intriguing content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Let's dive into the realm of quirkiness. Number 10. Sarporink's preemptive burial plot. Now, here's a law that takes planning for the afterlife to a whole new level. In the tiny French town of Sarporinks, the mayor introduced an extraordinary law stating that people cannot die within the city limits unless they have previously purchased a burial plot in a local parish cemetery. How's that for forward thinking? The origin of this rather puzzling law stems from a practical issue. The town's parish couldn't acquire more land to increase the number of burial plots. As a result, the mayor issued the edict to ensure there were enough resting places for the dearly departed. While it might seem peculiar, it does demonstrate the unique challenges that small communities face and the creative solutions they devise. As for punishing those who don't comply, well, the mayor didn't provide specifics, and we'll leave that one up to your imagination. Number 9. Samoa's unforgettable birthday rule. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for a law that will make husbands everywhere think twice. In Samoa, forgetting your wife's birthday is not just an oversight. It's a legal offense. While the exact punishment for this matrimonial misdemeanor remains uncertain, it's safe to assume that you'll be in the doghouse if you fail to remember this significant date. Though the law might seem like a humorous way to ensure marital harmony, it also reflects the cultural value placed on family and relationships in Samoa. Number 8. Scotland's lavatory hospitality law. Nature calls, a phrase you might use when you're in dire need of a restroom break. Well, in Scotland, that call is met with an unexpected level of hospitality. Believe it or not, you can knock on a stranger's door and ask to use their bathroom, and by law, they cannot refuse you. But before you embark on this curious social experiment, let's delve into the origins of this unique Scottish tradition. The notion of extending bathroom hospitality to strangers comes from an extension of old Scottish common law regarding hospitality. While this ancient practice is technically still enforceable today, you might find that modern times have slightly altered people's willingness to welcome visitors into their private spaces. Number 7. Turin's animal lover law. If you're an animal lover, Turin, Italy, is a place that'll warm your heart and wag your tail. This picturesque Italian city has introduced a groundbreaking law that mandates dog owners to take their 4-legged companions for at least 3 walks every day. The goal? To ensure the well-being and happiness of their furry friends. But there's more to this law than just walks in the park. Turin boasts some of the strictest animal protection rules in the country. From safeguarding stray cats to banning the giveaway of goldfish at fairgrounds, the city's commitment to animal welfare is undeniable. To enforce this dog-walking law, Turin's police rely on tipsters who report any signs of cruel treatment. Number 6. Canadian radio's patriotic playlist. Canada, a land known for its majestic landscapes, maple syrup, and friendly citizens. But did you know that the Great White North also has its own musical patriotism? Yes, that's right. Canada has a law that requires radio stations to play Canadian artists' music for at least 35% of their airtime, and there's an additional emphasis on weekdays during regular working hours. The intention behind this law is to support and promote homegrown talent, ensuring that Canadian artists get their fair share of airplay on the country's radio waves. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, takes this a step further by dedicating more than half of its popular music, programming exclusively to Canadian musicians. Number 5. Passing Wind, Florida's Thursday night dilemma. It's time to talk about some flatulent folklore. One of the weirdest and somewhat absurd laws in history allegedly states that in Florida, it was illegal to pass wind in public after 6 p.m. on Thursdays. However, before you start stifling your laughter or gas, it's crucial to understand that this law is more of an urban legend than a legitimate legal statute. This quirky tale might have originated from the 1800s, and it's unclear how it gained such notoriety. The purported justification for the law was that passing wind could annoy the community or corrupt public morals. Of course, the idea of such a law sounds quite laughable today, and we can only imagine the comedic chaos that would ensue if it were still enforced. Number 4. Smile at all times except at funerals or hospitals in Milan, Italy. Put on a happy face, or else. Milan, Italy has a unique law that compels its citizens to smile, at least most of the time. This unusual regulation dates back to the Austro-Hungarian times and has surprisingly survived to the present day, although its enforcement is mostly symbolic. According to historians, the law was introduced as a means to spread happiness and positivity among the populace. However, there's no need to worry if you find yourself attending a funeral or working in a hospital. Those are considered acceptable exceptions to the smiling rule. While the law might seem a bit odd, it does remind us of the power of a smile to brighten someone's day. Number 3. Illegal to change a light bulb without a license in Victoria, Australia. Let there be light, but only if you have a license for it. In Victoria, Australia, the 1998 Electricity Safety Act once forbade citizens from changing light bulbs without a valid license. Can you imagine the absurdity of needing an official permit to replace a simple light bulb? Thankfully, the law underwent a revision exempting this basic household task from the licensing requirement. Despite its bizarre origins, the law highlights the importance of electrical safety and the need for qualified professionals to handle complex electrical work. So, if you ever find yourself down under and in need of some bright ideas, feel free to change your light bulbs without fear of breaking the law. As long as you don't tamper with anything else electrical, of course. Number 2. It's illegal to let your chicken cross the road in Quitman, Georgia. In Quitman, Georgia, the locals take their chicken seriously, especially when it comes to safety and culinary traditions. Part 2, Chapter 8 of the local code ensures that chickens, ducks, geese, and other domestic fowl stay away from the streets and alleys unless they have the consent of the property owner. The law comes from a deep-rooted appreciation for chicken as a culinary delicacy sacred to the municipality. The quirky ban on letting chickens roam freely not only adds a touch of humor to the legal landscape, but also serves as a reminder of how cultural beliefs and practices can find their way into legislation. Number 1. It's illegal to hold salmon under suspicious circumstances. Hold your salmon, but not too suspiciously. In England and Wales, the Salmon Act of 1986 introduced an intriguing law. It's illegal to handle salmon under suspicious circumstances. The main aim was to combat illegal fishing, making it an offense for anyone who receives or disposes of salmon knowing or reasonably believing it was illegally obtained. Now, you might be wondering, how can one hold a salmon suspiciously? Well, the law leaves room for subjective interpretation, which might raise a few eyebrows. Interestingly, this act was an update to the Victorian-era's Salmon Fisheries Act from 1868, adding a touch of historical oddity to this contemporary law. The legislation also designates the Secretary of State with the power to define fishing practices and permissible activities. It's quite a peculiar law, but it goes to show that even handling fish can lead to some fishy legal situations. And there you have it, a deeper dive into the 10 weirdest laws from around the world. Each of these bizarre regulations gives us a glimpse into the fascinating and sometimes hilarious diversity of legal systems across different cultures. If you found these odd laws as captivating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. And of course, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more engaging content that will leave you amazed and amused.